This is the incredible island of Iraklia. Yasas, Kalispera, good afternoon. Welcome to Iraklia. Pardon the squeaky brakes, still haven't found some grease yet for these, but I gotta be able to find some grease in Greece, right? So this is my first full day here on the Lesser Cyclades Islands, they're called. This greater group of islands, Santorini, Ios, Sikanos, Folegandros, Paros, Naxos, etc. is called the Cyclades Islands. And here there is a little archipelago of even smaller islands called the Lesser Cyclades Islands. Out there, not that little islet, but beyond, I believe, is Skanusa, and then there is Anokoufanisi and Ketokufanisi, and then Danusa. Those are the main inhabited islands that tourists can visit. And then there's Karos, which is an uninhabited island, and some other uninhabited islands and little islets. So this is a kind of little visited area of the Greek islands, but not unknown by any means. Here you have the best beach on the island, Levadi, and you can see there are in fact other people here. Yasas. I am just going to make a quick stop here for now and then maybe come back and take a swim a bit later, but I have a mission which is to find a cave. There is a cave, I guess, with a church in it that sounds very, very interesting. One of the main things and unique things to see on Iraklia here. I guess it is the largest cave in the Cyclades Islands, apparently, so it is supposed to be quite remarkable. As you can see, lovely, lovely beach. Classic crystal clear looking water. Always cool to be able to see the other islands nearby. And so the cave is in the interior of the island. So Iraklia here is a very small island, but I wouldn't say tiny island. As you can see, once you actually arrive, then you realize that there is some, distance to be covered. You can't just easily, walk here, walk there in a few minutes. So you might want to get a motorbike or a car, even though you will only drive, 5 minutes or whatever. But doing these kinds of distances in the hot sun by foot might not be what you want to do. And on bicycle it is not easy either, especially once you get to the hills. So anyways, I'm going to get back on the road, get up there. There is another little village up there, and then I think that there will be a hike to the cave. So this should be a really cool adventure. So here you can see bus stop. Below there, that is Stasi, or stop in Greek. Daily bus schedule, departure time from Ios, Georgios Beach. I believe that is the port, which is down the hill the other side from where I'm staying. It says 9:45 and 12:30 p.m. So I guess only a couple of times a day, or the Vadi Panaia. I think that Panaia is the other village in the interior. That is another way to get around the island if you just want to go to the beach, hang there for a while, and then head back to town, so to speak. The village. No real towns on this island. So, forgot to point out, shaved, and I was trying to remember the last time that I fully shaved. Usually I just shave the neck and let the beard grow and then trim it every few weeks or whatever. I cannot remember the last time that I fully shaved. I remember, I think like 2018 I was shaved in Greece. Maybe there was another time since then, but yeah, just felt like it was a good time for it. Of course, Greece is a good place to have less stuff on your face keeping you warm, so it feels light and refreshing. Another thing I thought that I would point out, lack of a necklace. So I had this little black necklace that I bought in Hampi, India earlier this year when I was there. And it was just like the perfect necklace, just little black beads, small, simple. And I think that I left it on a beach in Folegandros when I took off my hat and sunglasses and the necklace to swim, put the sunglasses and necklace inside my hat, and then after swimming I must have grabbed the hat, pulled out the sunglasses, and I guess the necklace slipped out or something. So really sad about that. It was such a cool necklace, but I'll look for another one. Castro, that means castle in Greek. So I was looking around and wondering why it said Castro right here. This is a fairly substantial sign. I figured there had to be a good reason. Wasn't seeing anything, and then boom, right there. Path going up there. But I think that I will save that until after the cave. So it is 2.4 kilometers according to Google. However, it looks like that is where the road ends, and then from there it will be a hike that looks like maybe another kilometer or so. So I will continue along here. Looks like, well, not sure if I'm going up the hill or through the valley. We shall see. But this island is definitely bigger than I thought that it was going to be. Once I arrived, I thought it was gonna, be something you could easily just kind of walk across, but not the case. Some of the other ones are a bit smaller, but still they aren't tiny. Like Koh Lipe Island, Thailand, which I visited earlier this year, is so small that you can literally walk across the short part of it in about 10 minutes, and then maybe it would take 30 minutes to go from one far end to the other. That is a true tiny island, but these are not tiny, they are just very small. It went up the hill. So down at the bottom at the road there, I saw these stone steps going up. I seriously considered locking my bike up there and then walking up. Decided to go ahead and push it up. It will be fun to ride back down, but that is a real shortcut if you're walking. And across there, that might be more steps. So maybe you can come from the main port town area and do a shortcut, walk more directly down and then up. But anyways, it is a good island for walking. The roads don't cover the whole island. Much of it you can only access by walking. So come here expecting to walk. So we have a conveniently placed map. There is Ios Georgios, the main town, really just a little village as well. That is the port dock area where the boat comes in. And then where I'm staying is basically like right there. We are now, I believe, right there. So I've biked From there, Levati Beach, down here, the road will end, or I guess it goes left, but for me it will end just up ahead there, and then I will start the hike. It is showing on Google Maps that it is 3 kilometers, 2 miles, or a 48-minute walk from here. I'll get a little bit further up the road, and then looks like it's going to be, you know, a 40-minute or so hike one way, and looks like it's going uphill. Maybe through that valley, or else to the right. Turco Picado Beach, love that name. 2.6 kilometers, about a mile and a half. I won't be going there with the bike. If I had a motor scooter, I probably would, but don't want to come back up all that elevation gain. So here you have another bus stop, I guess, sort of the center of town. So where is the trail head to the cave? Let's cruise through the village. All right, nice looking church. Out there, you can kind of see Skanusa. Let's find the trailhead. Yasas. Yasas. Aios Yanis. Here? Cave, yes, the cave. Over here. If I so. Ana hora? Ana hora. If I so. Okay. Okay, εντάξει. So there's no sign. Here's a trail, but that guy was like pointing that way. I think that must be the trail. And it's an hour hike. I'm wondering if this is going to be another one of those getting lost on a Greek island adventures. Well, let's go for it. Ay. Already hitting an obstacle and totally unsure of what to do. It looks like that is probably the path, a fairly wide path there. Let's go the way he was pointing and see if this makes any sense. Yes. Did you go to the cave? Ayos Yanis? No? Okay. Thank you. I'm looking for the way. She said bonjour, so not Greek. Oh man, there is just no clue. Let's get a little view from here and see if we can see a path. Man, I was not expecting this. I think this is probably it. That's why he was pointing this general direction. Yes. So who knows, maybe there's a sign up there, but considering that this is like the most unique thing to see on the island, I thought there would be a little clearer signage, but this means it is really going to be an adventure, and maybe see another person or two along the way, but not going to be many. And from the pictures that I saw, it looks really, really cool. Okay, yeah, this is looking right. I guess the lesson is listen to the local and go where he's pointing. Boom. Cave. That was a lot more intense than I expected. It took about 45 minutes. But hot and steep. But man, look at this. Whoa. Never seen a cave quite like this. The Cave of Aios Yanis, St. John. Oh man, is it creepy back in here. Let's turn on my phone light. That doesn't help too much. It's more a matter of allowing your eyes to adjust. So, this is not quite what I expected, because I saw pictures of the inside of a church. This is just a cave, not seeing anything man-made looking at all so far. That might have been a bat that just went past my head. It is just jumbled rocks. Not terribly interesting inside here. It's more that entrance that's really cool. But is there something else? When I searched on Google, it showed some sort of a church associated with it. I wonder if it could be nearby or... Okay, there's another little shaft up ahead. Let's check that out. Anything here? Huh. There is a tunnel going back. I mean, it looks perfectly safe as long as you don't go too far, but okay, gotta do it. Lots of buzzing flies, but it looks like it opens up. Hello? Hello? Looks like it opens up and then it's just another cave room. It is nice and cool. Oh! Oh, I see something hanging. That is human-made. Whoa! Oh man, I'm sure that you can't see anything in the video, but I can see shapes. So there is a, let's get the light right on it. Okay, this is a church. Here we go, an altar. Oh man, wild. I mean, to call it a church is a little bit of a stretch, but there you can see some kind of a ceremonial, I don't know, incense burner or something. And here as well, obviously for burning oils. I guess that must be an image of St. John. It is very kind of just smudged over with dirt or something like that. A little table. There is the oil that they burn, but it's quite neglected looking. I'm like waiting for some random voice to say, "Stop," or "Who are you? Answer the questions 3. Beware the killer rabbit." Stalagmite here. Stalactites hold tight to the ceiling, and then the stalagmites come from the bottom, from the ground going upwards. So a big old stalagmite in front of me, and then another one there, stalactites hanging. Just heard a water drop. Not going to go any further back, but I'm glad that I ventured through the little tunnel to see this altar. I'm still not certain this is exactly the same thing that I saw in the images, but maybe that was a church nearby or something. So that is an intense hike, but worth it. It is so tempting to do that fairly short little hike down to the water, take a swim, cool off, see what it's like down there. But I decided that I want to get the hike done, get out of the heat, and take the swim when I know that I can really just relax, cool off, chill out, and not have up and over almost the steepest part of the island ahead of me. I just want to get it done and then get down to the water, back to Levadi Beach. So that right there is Antiparos Island. Tom Hanks and his wife Rita, Barack Obama, Michelle, and their 2 daughters were there just like a week or 2 ago. Tom Hanks owns a home there. Tom Hanks and I have something in common. We both went to Skyline High School in Oakland, California. He graduated sometime before me. Next is Paros, the larger island right next to Antiparos, and then around the corner over there is Naxos. So yesterday I took a ferry from Folegandros, 2 hours to Naxos, changed onto a smaller boat, and then an hour and a half from Naxos to Iraklia. Let's get up the mountain. Speaking of high school, thought that I would fill in a little bit of the high school experience. So I also went to the same high school as Trey Cool, the drummer for Green Day. But we went to that high school together at the same time. That was Willits High School, the town where I was raised. I spent 2 years at high school there. I was in Willits, or lived in the woods outside of town for my whole childhood until I was 15. My parents got divorced. My father moved to the Bay Area, to Montclair, part of Oakland, and that is how I ended up going to Skyline High School. But Willits High School, Trey Cool went there, and we were in the same group of friends. Like, he wasn't a good friend of mine that I hung out with all the time, but saw him regularly, and he was like friends with my friends, and we were all like at the same parties and stuff like that. I remember when he started the band The Lookouts. I like The Lookouts a lot more than Green Day, actually. I'm not really a Green Day fan, but The Lookouts were kind of more straight punk. Abram, my friend Abram, many of you know, was also friends with Trey. We were all in the same group there. And then after I moved to the Bay Area, the town where I was raised was 2.5 hours north of San Francisco Bay Area, and so moved down with my dad and younger brother Christo. Went to 1 year, 11th grade, at Skyline High School, and then I was in with this group of skater punks, and we were doing drugs and all this crazy stuff, and my dad just kind of wanted me to get into a different scene, and so he got me into Berkeley High School. We still lived in Oakland, but I would commute every morning taking buses to Berkeley High School next to Oakland for senior year. And there I got in with a whole hippie crowd. But there were various, I don't know about actual famous people, maybe, but Whoopi Goldberg's daughter went there. And then the daughter of, basically, she was one of 2 people that were born at Woodstock, the obviously 1969 big hippie festival. Peaches something. Peaches was her name. And we went to high school there. I think at the same time I wasn't friends with her. And I think various other, maybe like children of famous people. Okay, time to focus on the hiking. Back on the top of the saddle. As you can see, lots of hiking trail options going that way, that way, that way, and of course where I just came from, and you could go further after the cave. Time to take a seat in the shade. This is when I'm really glad that I have this insulated bottle that keeps the water cold. It's almost like it's straight out of the fridge. Clean Canteen, not sponsored. So the view from here is just spectacular. As I mentioned, Antiparos over there, I visited that little island in 2016. Paros, I visited 2016 and last year 2022. Naxos, a larger island, visited in 2009. And then straight ahead here you have Skanusa is the next island spread across there. Haven't been there yet, but likely we'll go there on this trip. Beyond that is Kufanisi, which is actually two islands, Ano Kufanisi and Keto Kufanisi. Also thinking of going there. Beyond that, you can't see, is Danusa. Actually, I might be able to see it. Yeah, there is some land further away that is not connected at all to Naxos or the other islands that I think the only thing that could be is Danusa. I'm going there in 2 days. And then straight ahead, the highest mountain you see, that is Keros. That is an uninhabited island that, from what I read online, you can't even visit it like as a day trip, like only maybe research or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but anyways, nobody living there. And then straight out there, kind of shrouded in the haze a bit, is Amorgos, amazing island. I visited there in 2016. What a vision of deliverance that is. It is good to have that mission accomplished. I'd forgotten that I have another hike ahead of me. At least it is a short one. Tomorrow I am here again, my last day tomorrow on Iraklia, and I am planning to take a break, have a rest day. So want to get this hike done. Always curious to see the Castro, the castle on the hill. Look at this big circle. Seems likely that it was a ceremonial area for music gatherings, something like that. Could be wrong, maybe something more practical, but you can easily imagine it. People sitting around, some musicians on one edge, dancers in the middle maybe. And here we go into the castle. People often ask me, how do you do your laundry when you travel? Oh, much better. it out.